I told my friend Greg I was gonna shoot a new episode no matter what, so here I am. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I was gonna start doing the VMPQ going into the next year, and a little bit about how it started. The VMPQ, the Virgin Martyr, Pablo Quiñones podcast. Uh, I decided to go with the title "The Virgin Martyr" because I literally was a virgin until very late in my life. I was 29, and that was symbolic of other things, not just not participating in the actual act of sex, but not participating in life in the way that people do, and that led me to miss out on a lot of things that I feel like a person would have learned by this stage of my life. Women, work, just how to be in the world. So the premise is that having this lack of knowledge, or what I feel like to be a lack of knowledge, I wanted to talk to people who have certain experiences and characteristics that I really admire, and figure out how I can inherit those characteristics, retroactively or without having to suffer in the same way they did. I'm trying to catch up. So my friend Greg, he's a hard worker. That's why I had him on. Uh, my friend Joe Cool, who I interviewed a few episodes back, he's a very worldly guy, and I feel like went through the steps of life probably a little bit earlier than most people, and so I wanted to learn what he had experienced and what he gained from those experiences. Um, I don't think I'm going to say any more on that, but I want to say more about the setting. Back when I was living in my previous car, La Niña Bandida, I was in Colorado Springs, and I was working as a valet. Sorry, it's a little cold. Let me turn on the heat. And I would park in this Harley Davidson parking lot at night. It just happened to be a dealership that was empty and pretty private, so I would park there at night, and I would drink rum, and I would write, and I would wake up at 6 a.m. the next morning and go valet at the hospital, and that was a good time of my life. Um, and now I have a new car, Manda War, and she's beautiful in a different way. Uh, and it feels more like my natural home, a place where I feel more comfortable talking. And not for nothing, I think it's important to have a place that's small, physically sealed in, and dark to contain your private thoughts. So that's why it worked to write, and I think that's going to be why it works to talk to people as well, to have more different intimate conversations that I would like to have. Um, I would like to have more pre-written pieces and better interviews. I really don't know how to do better than I've done in the past, but I mean, I'm just gonna have to study more. And it may seem silly, considering what I just told you is my own lack of experience in life, but I would like to do like an advice portion of the podcast too, where no matter how much of a loser you are, there's somebody who's even a bigger loser. for every 29-year-old virgin, I mean, there's somebody who's like a 39-year-old virgin, and he's looking to me as like, man, help me do what you did. um, or there's somebody who's just younger and, for some reason looks up to me. Or here's something. I used to read a lot of biographies, and I noticed that looking at these people, like Che is one of my favorite historical figures. I don't like worship him like a saint, but he has some qualities that I admire. That's one big reason why I wear my beret. But people could see his flaws. Reading about his whole biography, you can see the man behind the curtain a little bit, and even seeing behind that famous Che photograph of him, looking heroically into the future. I know more than just that photograph. I've read many biographies, a lot of commentary about him. Some, staunchly against him. My dad's Cuban. He's definitely not the good guy in our family, but whatever. I admire the man. So, anyways, knowing all that I know about him, and even some of the bad parts, I still respect what he was able to accomplish, the integrity of his convictions, and I believe that people will follow you if you just have one thing that they lack. So, I'm not saying I'm any kind of success, but I know that there's things that I have that other people don't have, either because they're younger or because of whatever life circumstances have prevented them from developing the way they want to or they wish they could have. And I have that. I don't know what that is for them, but if I can help them get it, I want to. So, yeah. If you have anything you want to write in about, and if I can answer it, I'll talk about it in an interesting and entertaining way. Yeah, I think that may be it for now. As a postscript to this little message, it's really hard for me to speak unscripted. So this was a first. I really like to present myself in a certain way, and if it's not with a guest or if it isn't pre-written, that's kind of difficult. So there's a new side to this experience too, off the cuff. But obviously the when it's pre-written and prepared, is better. But I'm not trying to hide anything either. So maybe I'll have some more unscripted, off the cuff episodes as well. So takeaway: interesting guests from people who have characteristics that I want to absorb, better writing, and an advice portion. So heading into 2023, that's the goal. All right, I did it, Greg. Thank you.